Grixis Shadow versus 10 Bintu. I shall play first and I shall keep. Channeler or Ragavan? Ragavan. There's always a small chance it'll go all the way. I'm gonna use a fetch land immediately because I want to I want to thin out already. Start thinning out lands. Yorion, so this could be the mid-domain. Yorion domain deck. Blood Crypt. Alright, let's attack first. Alright, very clean answer to that. Then I will Channeler into Polluted Delta. And fetch a Watery Grave. I have Steam Vents, so I have to use Brainstorm. Bowmasters is okay. More lands, so let's put both Steam Vents on top. Now I will iterate. Don't want that. Alright. Okay, so that got countered. Should I shock with this? Just for the for my life total? Okay. Teferi.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Alright,
No, I am not making this up.
I can't. Okay. So I will play this, and then I'll Unholy Heat the Teferi. I'll keep the Shadow on top.
We will meet again.
And I'll play this and have Bowmasters available. Wait a minute. If I Bowmaster, I'm losing my Shadow. So I will... What's worth more now? Like, against the ring, I prefer the Bowmasters, probably. Okay. I should have fetched in response to the ones playing the ring, so I made some mistakes here, but anyway. At least any future rings will... Okay, no point attacking, honestly. Why don't I attack? Never mind. Okay, I have grounded the Loch. The opponent, whenever they draw, will take damage, so that's at least some alleviation. Field of Ruin, okay. A Wandering Emperor, I will counter that. Surveil. Iteration's good. I don't really want a Blood Crypt. Alright, one in my hand, one in the library, and one in exile. What do I need in the graveyard that is still missing? Creature or an artifact? And now I have the artifact too. Okay. Brainstorm's fine as well. Now this is in the bin, in the graveyard. A tide binder. Now I can Lurrus and play another Bauble, or I'll draw into the Brainstorm and use that to counter things potentially. No, I cannot use the Brainstorm to counter things because I have only one blue, so there's no point doing that. So I think just playing the Lurrus is more effective here. Now I will... So I fetched it. No, I have 2 blue. Alright, Leyline. Alright, the opponent's at 3, I'm pretty confident. I have 3 creatures that have 3 power that could kill the opponent. Alright, now the opponent's gaining some life, but the opponent's still at a low level.
My judgment is final.
Yeah, the opponent is now mana restricted. Not enough mana to do much here. Leyline, okay, but no domain at all. Okay, what do I need against this deck? I didn't see green. So let's get in some spell pierces, a drown. Is Kolaghan's command? Nah. I think Spell Pierce is probably pretty good. So I'm gonna go down. Actually, the Bauble, I don't really want to go down. I'll go down on one of these. And a Ragavan. Yeah, Expressive Iteration. So what I like about this kind of Shadow deck, it doesn't run Treasure Cruise, is that it's not really that graveyard dependent. I mean, of course, the Lurrus and the Dragon Race Challenger, yeah, there is some, but not as much as, for example, the Jesgeister Veiled deck, because you also have Ragavan and, of course, the Death Shadow, which is just the main kill creature. Opponent goes first, so I will keep. It's a little risky, but I'm happy about Chandler and Thoughtseize, so let's see if that works out. I have 2 draw steps to find a land, basically. Specifically a blue source. Alright, not a blue source, but at least something. Alright, let's Thoughtseize. Unfortunately, I can't take that. Do I want to shock just for taking 2 damage here? I think I have to, especially against this kind of control-ish deck. Alright, continuing to search for a blue source. My whole hand is now offline. As I was just saying, this is a mediocre sideboard card. Alright, continue to attack with the 1/1 and hope for the best. That's my strategy. Actually, I did underrate the graveyard necessity. The problem with Drownlock, well, it's dependent on the opponent's graveyard, so that's a little bit of a different story. Yes, I'll keep that on top. Should I dash the Ragavan instead? No. Okay, the Restless Anchorage is a 2/3. Can I kill it? The opponent attacks. Yes, because it's... I can use the Drown in the Loch. So that's actually pretty good. So let's attack. I only have 1 blue, so every card in my grave I can only play 1 of them, no matter what. So the Drown in the Loch is basically full-on reserved for the Restless Anchorage. Steam Vents, right? Yes. I'll Brainstorm end of turn. Do I need another land, which is not blue especially? Nah, I'll draw 3 here and see what I find. Alright, put 2 Spell Pierces back, draw 1 of them, that's sufficient. Actually, I should try and shuffle all the Spell Pierces away even better, but now I can't. Oh. Well, there was no way I could have done that anyway, because I don't have a fetch right now on the battlefield for my Brainstorm. Okay, I'm happy because the wow, okay. No. I don't have blue, but I both spell pierces were removed. Swords to plowshares. Spell pierce won't cut it here, unfortunately, so that's gonna have to accept this. I'll play an iteration. I already played a land though, unfortunately, but still, I have to play it. Don't need that. It's fine. Right. I have another blue source next turn then. The drown is only there for any lands. The Yorion is gonna be a problem. I don't want that. Spell, alright. And then I shall shock, attack. I will not be able to counter that Yorion and not be able to drown it, so I'll just activate my Lurrus here. Basically, I'm fully reliant now on my Death Shadows. Those will be my only way of kind of winning here. I hope the opponent doesn't draw any. So the opponent is definitely blue-white control, and throwing in the. Okay, that was pretty good for the opponent for sure. This rest in peace is actually messing with me way more than I admitted at the beginning of the match. Play the Lurrus as a 3-2 and pass. What was that? Tower. So the opponent's Yorion is going to stop me fully in my tracks. I'm not sure why the opponent's not playing it. Oh my god, I don't even have anything to catch anymore. Like, what about this Bloodstained Mire? Do I have like this? No, I only have fetch lands left, so my lands are over. Alright, let's go. Lurrus, it's all on you. Sure, I'm not sure if the opponent is aware of this. Yeah. Alright. But what am I going to do against Yorion? What am I going to do against Yorion? Yeah, exactly. Now I am basically done for. So whenever the opponent attacks, I will attack back. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. Well, it's not. It's not, because it doesn't really do anything. But I'm just gonna play it here. It's gonna deal 3 damage potentially. What did the opponent discard? No more lies. Okay. Pass the turn. I'm telling you guys, don't hover your mouse pointer over anything. It gives away like what cards the opponent is thinking about looking at. I mean, you can use it like to trick the opponent, like, pending to use a man land or something like that, but generally... wait a minute, now I could attack, and with the Bowmasters and the Unholy Heat, I could have a chance of defeating the Yorion. But that would mean that the opponent can't have any interaction with that whole endeavor. Should I try it? Yes, I will. All right. Is there a slight chance of coming out of this victorious? Okay, the opponent's now at 3. Wow, I can't believe it, really, honestly. Let me go back to the battlefield, please. This thing came down on turn, 2, and I attacked with a 1/1 Dragon Rage counter for the whole game, basically. Not even this Korra was able to get anything out of it. I didn't have access to a Death Shadow, and still able to win. So, yeah, I guess never give up. Keep trying. Alright, I'll take that win happily and on to the next game. Grixis Shadow. versus Andre R. Ray. I shall keep first. I shall play first and I shall keep. I shall keep first and I shall play. I shall play first and I shall keep. And I shall play a Ragavan on turn 1 into a Kroxa maybe, or Bowmasters. Ooh, that is pretty sweet. Oh wow, I can play that even. Alright, get the Steam Vents or the Watery Grave. Let's go for the Grave.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Wow, that was one hell of a Ragavan, honestly. Yep, the opponent cannot play any cards on my turn, so that I don't have this situation too frequently, where my Ragavan just goes all in. And the opponent, as you can hear in the background, conceded. Alright, that was a short game. On to the next one. Grixis Shadow versus Ataraxian. My opponent shall go first, and I shall have no lands available to me. So, whoa, okay. Do I want to keep both Ragavans? That's the question. I think I do, and no Drown on the Loch. Or let's do it like this. A little bit more variety and don't go all in the Ragavan. I will still begin with the Ragavan, and then I have Drown the Loch available on turn 2. Depending on what the opponent does, they will have enough cards in their graveyard or not. Thoughtseize might come in handy. A shaman. Well, against a shaman, the Ragavan is actually not that great, so I'm just gonna go for a Thoughtseize here. And take the Oko. So that was a good choice. That was a very good choice. Otherwise I would have faced an Oko now. Alright. The opponent can effamate, right? So exile target creature, then return it. So to save it, if I try to kill it. And then there's a Snapcaster Mage as well. So what do I want to do here? I can play the Channeler and Thoughtseize. I think that's the play. And take the... Cast a spell from your hand. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna take this now. Now I have one problem here. And it is the fact that all the creatures, both creatures in my hand and on the battlefield, cannot get through a Deathrite Shaman. And that's why I think Deathrite Shaman shouldn't really have 2 power, 2 toughness. But I mean, that's how it is. So this is such a beast. So I have to find an opportunity. Okay. All right. Let's see what this means. So this means the... Alright. Instant grave. The opponent can put something back in his hand with this Siphoner. No, he can't play the Siphoner. So now my Drown in the Loch is actually active. And I will kill the Shaman. I will have a land. I will not put the Bowmasters in there. So the opponent can play this ninja for free for 2 blue, right? And this could be blue. So I shall not attack. I shall fetch and play a Ragavan. Oh god, why did I keep the Bowmasters on top and not put them in a graveyard? Yep, that was a blunder, but let's go. Just need this to be bigger. It would have been bigger now already. Wow, that was such a bad play. That was, yeah, that was a blank. Yeah, those shuffled away Bowmasters should be in the graveyard. My channel should be a 3/3, and now I'm attacking with it. Oh god. Alright, this game I'm gonna just scrap it. This went from okay to terrible. Yeah, I gave away this channeler. I gave away 2 damage. G to the G, right? Yeah, Shaman's back. Alright, let's go. Let's go to game 2. That was just completely my mistakes and blunders here. Alright, let's see. So this is a definitely graveyard stuff. So let's go for the Crypt and the Hearse. So that's good that I have that. Push and Edict. No, drown. Let's get rid of the drowns then, because if I'm going for that kind of play, like anti-graveyard, I don't want the drowns, right? So I need to prepare for that. And then Bolt seems okay. Push seems okay. Do I want... Do I want Spell Pierces? Like, yeah, there's an Oko in there. Not really. Destroy target artifact. Don't need the Edict. Maybe I do. There's Planeswalkers, right? So let's go down on 1 bolt too. Let's try this. Alright, concentration. I will take a look at this hand closely before I hit keep immediately, just because I see 2 lands. But yeah, this one is keepable. I have all the mana combinations I need. I have this for turn 3. I have this for turn 1. And this for turn 2 or this for turn 2. Alright, so let's start off with the Blood Crypt into Nimble Pilferer. So this is gonna come later. Turn 2 I might just Kroxa. Oh, that's nice. Let's see what the Ragavan brings me. Alright, that was a land, right? So now I've already played a land, right? So exiling a land is not going to do anything. So I will just go with the Kroxa here. Watery Grave or Steam Vents. I think Steam Vents in this situation. One card in the graveyard. So a little early. Wow, Minsk and Boo. And Kroxa actually gives you the creature delirium, which is nice. This deck. Sanctuary and Minsk and Boo and everything. Alright, let's start off by attacking. Stealing a Fatal Push, which doesn't do anything, but now I can Expressive Iterate. Alright, put one in my hand, one in the library, and this one into exile. And now I could fetch down to a lower life total and play a Death's Shadow. I would go to 12, so it's basically only a 1/1. Do I need it to be bigger at this point in time? Or do I want to keep up Unholy Heat? Let's keep up Unholy Heats. Or Brainstorm. When can I have 3 cards plus the Bloodstained Mire, that's 4. I need 2 more. I can Brainstorm, that's another 1. Alright, an Oko is problematic, but I can deal with it immediately. with 2
With
Unholy
your
Heats,
king,
plus the
wild and
Brainstorm.
sovereign and free.
Right.
Your new look is enchanting.
Wait a second. Let's do this. A Watery Grave. Why? Because I need 2 here. Sorry. Oh my god. A Blood Crypt. A Blood Crypt is fine. Okay. Brainstorm. Put back the 2 shadows for now. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Now, Unholy Heat twice. Now this is obviously a 2 for 1.
I grace you with my
Oh, actually just
of
once.
presence.
Okay, I miscalculated. I'm a little off today, it seems. Okay, now I can attack with the Ragavan, which is now 3 damage. And then I can play this. And I can play an Iteration. Put that in my hand, that in the library, and then the exile. Don't need another Bauble. Legion's End. Oopsies. That's gonna be difficult. Okay. All other creatures the same name, hand, etc. and graveyard. Okay. So I might have to Unholy Heat my own Death's Shadow to save the Death's Shadow that's in my hand. So Ragavan definitely doing a lot of work here in this game. Even just the 2 treasures were very helpful. Like, without the treasure I wouldn't have this Unholy Heat up. Alright, here comes the Legion's End. On the Channeler though. Well, that I will. Alright, Thoughtseize is pretty nice as well. Let's begin by Thoughtseizing. Take the. And yeah, let's take this. This has an ETB trigger, this one doesn't. And then an attack. And keep up this and this for the Jarsoul. Okay, good. Okay, so still not really sure what I'm up against. It just seems to be a lot of a mix of everything. So there wasn't really much graveyard stuff going on this time around, right? Just the Jarsoul. So maybe I can actually go down on that a little bit and get my drowns back. The opponent's gonna go first. Stern Scolding isn't really a good option. Spell Pierce is fine. I can go up on 1 Spell Pierce. And yeah, I think that's good. Cult of Rakdos are entertainers, satirists, and circus acrobats. I've never seen a player with nuclear courage. Alright, Taraxian. Game number 3, the decisive game. The opponent shall begin. And I am to be rewarded with an extra card. I'll keep it. Okay, Soul Guide Lantern. I will go now with a Blood Crypt first and play Ragavan. I may need to keep this fetch land ready for the Fatal Push. I need to consider that. I love Ragavan. Eating up his swords here now, this time though. But yeah, that's the usual. Only one card in graveyard. Should I just Thoughtseize? Yeah, otherwise the opponent can probably just play some kind of Planeswalker out of nowhere. And I can't counter it with the Drown because there's not enough cards in the graveyard, so I think this option is better. Alright. Doesn't want me to take the Troll. What? Take the Talisman, right? Yeah. If the opponent plays the Tarmogoyf, I'll push it. It's already a 5/6, it's crazy. Alright, do I want to kill that thing? Yeah, why not, right? Let's just kill it. Drown in the Loch can take care of the Goyf. This can... yeah. Yeah, I have the Drown for the Goyf. I don't have anything... if I use the Drown for the Goyf, then I don't have anything for the Oracle, though. Sure. Now, I am going to play the land first. Just in case the opponent has... Spell Pierce or something. This means I won't be able to Expressive Iterate, right? Or I could Expressive Iterate... I can, because if I do have the Flooded Strand to find a black mana, right? So I can go for this play. So that first, put... What am I gonna... put this in my hand. This in my library and this in my exile. Alright. Alright, so the opponent is cracking the lantern. What? If you... Okay. So it's not like the other one, where you, when you crack it to just remove the graveyard, you draw a card. Okay. Untapping now. What am I missing for Delirium? Instant sorcery. Creature or artifact. Alright. If I do this, I can also play Lurrus. I use this now while there's still 3 cards in hand. It's gonna lose value the longer the game goes. There's the Pact. Wow. So let's go for the Oracle. The opponent only has 1 Oracle, I think, right? That's not how that deck works. This is only mana 2 or less, so the Lurrus is safe. So the opponent is actually packed. Alright. I'll spell pierce that. I don't know what could happen, but I think it's just better to spell pierce that. Alright, so they're good to know it's a land. No, the lockdown is useless. At least right now. Against the Lurrus. And I can finally start to get in for some damage. And pass. Non-creature, non-land into your hand. Okay. Didn't. Do I really want to use 2 Unholy Heats for that? No. I want to get Delirium. What is this? This is a 4/4, right? So let's attack with that. Or force the lockdown. That's gonna be a problem too. So I need to kind of get in there soon. Where's my delirium? Wow, I need delirium immediately. How can I get it? I can kill my own Lurrus. And then I can use this one to kill the Uro in one go. But the opponent can play the Uro like 3 times. Okay, but the opponent's not opting to do that. Alright, there's a Bauble, that's good. Now I have delirium. Memory lapse a Bauble. Okay. Then I shall attack. The opponent has their own Bauble, okay. There's definitely some navigation here required. Okay, so now I have the card advantage engine going with the Lurrus. I have delirium. I can attack, keep attacking with the shadow. Okay, the opponent is finally blocking with the archaeologist. That's good. And pass. And now we'll draw 2. So this is now starting to look better, especially with these two now coming along and these two having delirium. So not as afraid as I was until just recently about that Uro. I should have played the Chandler first. Why didn't I do that? That was a mistake. Okay, but I mean, I would still have the delirium, of course, because the Bauble will go back in the graveyard. And yeah, just drawing. So the engine of Lurrus plus Bauble is definitely, the card advantage is pretty strong. And yeah, I had a Thoughtseize now, and then I had enough answers with this, and now I also would have a flyer to fly over the top. Yeah, so happy about that win against 4-color Tainted Pact, I guess. Alright, on to the next. Grixis Shadow versus Denim 24. Keep. Now it is nice to play this channeler and then get the trigger of Thoughtseize. However, just playing it out to get it killed immediately, not sure. But if you don't play it just because the opponent has a bolt, that's also not really an option, is it? So I think Thoughtseize. Actually, I'm gonna go with Thoughtseize here. Okay. So. Gonna take the assemble. Why? Because the opponent already has 2 payoff cards, which are going to be difficult for me to beat. So going the route of taking a payoff card is not gonna doesn't make sense. There's no show and tell in the hand which I can take, so let's take the card which is most likely to find the opponent the show and tell. So now I shall shock, then I'll go to 13, so the shadow is still not there. Unless I shock with this, then I can play the both. Okay. So I need to up the pressure as much as I can immediately. Ah, this can be a Watery Grave. Alright, I need to deal as much damage as possible in the shortest period of time. So that means I need to shock here, then it's a 3-3. And then I need to bolt it. Bolt. Oh, I ran too much. I'll just play the Ragavan out, attack, and then have the Bowmasters as well. So need to run. Need to run for it. These 3 guys, like this Ragavan, this Channeler, and this Shadow, they need to run for their lives, really. Let's do this in response. To get in a little bit extra damage. I think the next turn is dead, the opponent. Unless, of course, the opponent draws the out. But I can do 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, yeah. Damage-wise, we're there. So I think taking the assemble the team was the right decision, and definitely, yeah. Alright, Spell Pierce. Hello. Drown in the Loch. I don't need... What don't I need? I don't need these Unholy Heats. I don't need the bolts necessarily. I need threats, and I don't need this push. So what could the push be? An Edict, just in case the opponent resolves. An Atraxa, at which point it's already pretty... The situation's already pretty dire, right? But, yeah. So heavily relying on Thoughtseize here and Drown in the Loch. And post-boarding, especially afraid of Veil of Summer. that's good. Watery Grave or Steam Vents. This is Watery Grave, Steam Vents, Blood Crypt. Perfect. Wow. I think this hand is pretty nice. No, oh wow, now I can actually already, I'm also safe from Veil of Summer, so let's use that opportunity immediately to Thoughtseize. Ah, okay, well, Brainstorm is good too. But, oh no, and next turn I don't have the double blue, that was a mistake too. I didn't play ideally here. Oh wow. What are we gonna take? Let's take one of the show and tells. Pass the turn, and these two need to be two blues. Alright, so play this and pass. Is the opponent gonna go for the show and tell immediately? Can I prevent the dig through time later? Okay, so here's my Watery Grave coming in. Play a Brainstorm. Put a land in the graveyard. Wow! Wow. Okay, that's good draws, just put these two back, draw one of them, patch the other one away. Play a Thoughtseize first. Yeah, I have 3 Spell Pierces and the Channeler would be a 3/3 now. I mean, obviously, just blocking the opponent's threats isn't enough on itself. You need to have your own threat. But now with this Polluted Delta fetching into a shock, this Shadow is also kind of online. So, yeah, that was a good showing against Show and Tell. Definitely, yeah, this deck is okay with Show and Tell. Having Spell Pierce, Thoughtseize, and then Drown in the Loch is already pretty good. Now the opponent was unlucky, of course, not having 1 or 2 Veil of Summers, because Veil of Summer makes things very difficult, of course. It would have forced me to Spell Pierce here then, if the opponent had Veiled. Then the opponent could Spell Pierce my Spell Pierce, then I could Spell Pierce their Spell Pierce, but then I would be tapped out and they could just resolve, right? So the Veil is basically like the 1 mana block thing, dealing with my Spell Pierce, Thoughtseize, etc. Anyway, happy for the win, taking it and going on to the next one. Grixis Shadow versus Riku. Riku. Go first and keep Blood Crypt into Thoughtseize. Taking a glimpse. Alright, this is gonna be already, I can already see that this is gonna be potentially difficult. Kroxa. Yeah, it has to be Kroxa. Alright, now the opponent will... Oh wow, no, what? Why is the opponent not playing that? Wait, let's play this. Okay, 1 in my hand, 1 in the library. What's that? one in my hand, one in my library. Oh, I can't drown in the Loch now, that's unfortunate. I should have tapped differently. Need to be more careful when tapping.
You must be quelled. My dreams dissipate like smoke.
Not sure why the opponent is keeping these glimpses back. I'm not really sure what the meaning is of that. Is that Alright, so the opponent is milling. Here. I'm already at 15 cards, that's crazy. Alright, let's Thoughtseize first. Take the opponent's Thoughtseize, or even the... Let's take the Brainstorm. Alright, get in there. 15 cards left. Why? Okay, the opponent should have Thoughtseized first before playing this Fraying Sanity, right? So I'm not really sure what was going on here, honestly, but let's go. Spell Pierce, Drown in the Loch. Get rid of Unholy Heats. Get rid. So this is similar sideboarding as the show and tell deck, because there's no creatures I need to deal with. Just need to deal with the opponent's spells. But yeah, there's a few plays that the opponent didn't make that I was a little bit surprised. Okay, I will keep it. Taking the Bowmasters. Watery Grave. Drawing a few too many lands, but that's why I have a Brainstorm now. Oh, baked. But I don't have blue for it. So let's play this and pass the turn. Keeping up ground in the Loch. Yes, I will counter that with a Watery Grave. Then I will iterate. Alright, put one in my hand. One into my library and one into exile. Shock down to this. Alright, keep up the Brainstorm. Okay, so yeah, just put the 2 fetchies there. Draw one of them. Now I have enough lands to go around. Alright, Thoughtseize number 1, and let's see what's up first. Thoughtseize number 2, let's see what's up. Alright, whiff. Alright, good. Taking 2 though, that's fine. Shot. Into Watery Grave. Play the shadow, pass the turn. Hopefully can close out soon. The Kolaghan's command can get me back the Ragavan. Alright, clean win against Mill, which didn't really mill. No mill deck. I don't know what exactly that was. Not too entirely sure, but I'll take the win. Yeah, Grixis Shadow, one of my favorite decks, I would say. I just love like having the super cheap threats, Ragavan, Death, and Channeler, all 1 mana, and then, you know, killing their creatures and protecting. That's all you do basically. And then of course you have some graveyard interaction. You have the Lurrus as well available to you. So yeah, definitely a very strong deck. A little bit susceptible to graveyard hate, so got to be careful about that. Also, Blood Moon immediately shuts you off too. So yeah, those are 2 things that really hampered this deck, but depending on the meta or the decks that you are used to facing, it could be a good option if those 2 are not that present. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the arena. Have fun, especially, and peace.